And tonight on our Great American Panel, he was the national campaign manager for Howard Dean's presidential campaign. Is currently a media consultant for Jerry Brown's soon-to-be failed gubernatorial campaign. Democratic strategist, Fox News contributor Joe Trippi is here. He is a former NFL player, founder of the chairman of Tarkenton.com. The one and only Fran Tarkenton is here. He is a former Saturday Night Live cast member, author of the brand new book, I'm Not High, but I've got a lot of crazy stories about life as a goat boy, a dad, and a spiritual warrior. Comedian Jim Breuer. Breuer is with us. You're working against dead fish, by the way, but you're working for Jerry Brown.
Yes. Yes.
So you support illegal immigration. Don't support the rule of law.
No, we do support the rule of law.
Tell me where Meg Whitman went wrong.
Not talking about this early on. I mean, she didn't take any responsibility.
Stop.
No.
What was she supposed to go out? I fired this woman, and then that woman risked deportation?
She campaigned all during the primary, tough as nails, on illegal immigration.
If she would come out and talk about it, she would be brought up on charges.
No.
She's about to be deported, and she's got 3 kids.
She campaigned all the way through the primary, tough as nails on illegal immigration. At no point did she say, when asked about this stuff, I had a problem once with somebody I had living in my house for 9 years.
She would be arrested.
Instead she said, as the woman says, treat her like a piece of trash. That's not me. That's the woman. It's the LA Times today that said that she was a hypocrite, not me.
Well, it was the San Francisco Chronicle that exonerated her and said she did due diligence.
Sleazy politics. Meg Whitman is good for America. Here's an entrepreneur, a person who built a magnificent
Fran, don't go south on me now,
and here we are. She's funded most of her campaign. She is not beholden to any special interest groups. Isn't that a nice thing?
Let me ask you a serious question before. I know you guys are. She hired a service to hire. She says it must be a legal person.
Yes.
The woman has a legal driver's license.
Right.
She lied. Right. She has a legal Social Security card. It appears she lied.
Right.
She lied to her for 9 years, and then as soon as she admitted it, she had to get fired. What did Meg Whitman do wrong?
She should have hired a family member in need. Why do you need to go outside the family? She don't have a niece, an aunt,
I don't know.
An uncle in need?
I had people working on my radio show today said, well, I'll work for $23 an hour.
$23 an hour. I'm sure there's a kid who can rather wait tables that would clean a lamp for her.
By the way, do you do Joe Pesci?
Hey, Joe Pesci, he's retired. He don't. You know what? You can get Joe Pesci in your GPS right now. It's like $10 a month, but he gets mad if you get lost.
Hey, didn't I tell you make a right turn a quarter mile ago? Turn around. Can't make a left turn in Jersey. Place ridiculous. Why am I even in this car?
That's great stuff.
Good stuff.
Rombo Deadfish. Is he, this is one thing that we may agree on, so you're campaigning for his opponent. You're running the campaign
Sheriff
for your opponent.
Tom Dart of Cook County is thinking about making the race. If he does, I'll be working.
You'll be with him. So does Deadfish have residency issues?
He hasn't had a very good day. My favorite was...
He got heckled, you know.
Well, yeah, I know he got heckled, but my favorite was the video saying he was at home and it's good to be back in here, and he was in Washington, D.C.
It's great to be home.
Really funny.
Well, I mean, how do you make a video, Fran, and you say you're in D.C.? It's great to be home in Chicago when he makes the video in D.C.
I know, but he goes back to Chicago. I played the Bears in Chicago. It's a contact sport in Chicago. Politics is a contact sport, and they're not for anointing or appointing anybody to be the mayor of the city of Chicago. I think we'll see more of that reaction.
What do you think?
I don't know what happened to the old guy. He was great.
Which one?
The last mayor. Yes.
Yeah.
Well, that's the point. Why? Get him back. What are you trying to get him back? That was great. Someone asked him a question, he'd go, shut up, dummy. I'm not answering that. Guess what? Go have a hot dog down the street. That's the kind of guy I want as a mayor.
Right, Joe Pesci is going to take us, right, Pesci?
Hey, listen, where do you want me to go?
I want to check your arm out. Let's go.
Go ahead, come on.
Go that way.
Right there.
Oh, good.
Right over there.
Ken Stabler. Oh, pretty good.
Ken Stabler.
Got a Ken Stabler guy.
And we continue now with our great American panel. All right, Christine O'Donnell has her first campaign ad, and it's gotten a lot of attention. I'm not a witch. Here it is.
I'm not a witch. I'm nothing you've heard. I'm you. None of us are perfect, but none of us can be happy with what we see all around us. Politicians who think spending, trading favors, and backroom deals are the ways to stay in office. I'll go to Washington and do what you'd do. I'm Christine O'Donnell, and I approve this message.
What?
She made a tragic mistake. I mean, fear factor works in America. I would have said, I am a witch.
All right, but now,
Go against me, see what happens.
how many years were you on Saturday? How many years were you on Saturday Night Live?
3 years.
Okay. If you're on Saturday, if you're being
I hosted Saturday Night Live.
You did?
I did.
Yeah.
Really?
I did.
All right, but so if you're being made fun of on Saturday Night Live,
Yeah.
and it's become a big joke and it's gotten blown out of proportion, why not do what she just did and just deal with it and say, you know what, but I'm a real person, I made mistakes, and by the way, everything in Washington is broken and I'm going to run on this.
That's what
And,
Mick should have done.
and also, I'm not beholden to any special interest groups. You know, I don't have a lot of money. The unions don't support me. The big businesses don't support me. I'm just a regular citizen. Want to go to Washington, and I want to cut the budget, cut the deficits,
Good message.
reduce the taxes. What's
No,
wrong
I
with
thought
that?
I thought that was a good ad. I think she should have done it
Maybe early.
right out of the box. Yeah, I think it's way late for after she let this thing, you know, after whoever's handling
What?
Are you
let it
guys
spiral out.
crazy?
What was wrong with that?
Would you let that out? Who talks
What?
like that? I am not a
Well,
witch.
wait a minute.
I am just like you.
If you play that backwards, I guarantee you hear, I am the true Satan of all. You shall never find the truth about me.
All right. But well, what do you? Wait a minute, but if you, this is an interesting question because you're in this business.
Yes, come
wait a
on.
minute.
I don't
You
believe one thing she said. She's nuts.
Hang on a second. But you
Yes.
you make a character of somebody, and
Yes.
they're being mocked and ridiculed and made fun of.
Sure.
So she's not supposed to address it.
Not like that.
Well, all right. How would you do it, Mister?
I just go with YouTube. And everything. She has to have children. Does she have? If my
No, she doesn't have children.
well, then she needs a friend. She needs someone to say, "Cut. Let's do this again." That was a disaster.
Help me out here, Fred.
I liked her ad.
I did
she
too.
was
I liked it as well.
straightforward. I'm not a witch. I'm not what they say the things about me. I'm like you. I'm just a normal
See,
person trying to help
See,
the
I
country.
also think you go directly to people and you,
Yes.
you sort of you deal with the issue that people are making fun of and the people are talking about. You would advise
I would
somebody
have done
to do that.
better to practice witchcraft or dabbled in witchcraft when I was in high school than to be corrupt in Washington today. And if I could blink my eyes, I'd wipe them all out.
That's a great ad, too.
I mean, I just be a little. But I do think it was just late. That's I mean they let this
All right,
fester for so long.
do you have any serious side? Do you?
Oh,
do you-
yeah, I'm
do you-
very serious.
All right, do you care about? Do you care about the direction of the country right now in the state of politics?
I care about the politics. To me, politics, too, is a little bit like professional wrestling.
It is?
really is. It's like, are you for this side because here comes the mass marauder? Ah! Or are you at this side who's wears the 2x4 or whatever? But I'm the small guy who's got 3 kids, and I've got a World War II father that soils himself, and I'm stuck in the middle. So I'm worried about.
You want lower taxes? Do you think we're overtaxed?
We're way overtaxed.
You think they're spending too much in Washington and it's out of control?
I don't even know. I don't believe anyone anymore. As a regular
Wait,
guy,
but-
I don't
but
believe
as a
anybody.
regular
You got to
guy-
believe that.
You
I don't
gotta-
believe anyone.
You know they're spending too much
Yes.
money.
In 20 months, Barack Obama's president, Fran, he's
Sure.
accumulated more debt than every president from George Washington to Reagan, including his 8 years combined. In 20 months. So we've taken a sledgehammer to our kids and grandkids, your kids' piggy banks.
Sure.
And I think it's this election is that simple. Yeah. It's either you want big government, you want government dependence, or you believe in free markets.
But I ain't voting for the witch.
It's about a job.
I'm not going for the witch. I don't
They
believe her.
want jobs, and the problem is it's the economy. It's no job. It's not the kind of job creation people. I mean, that's where this is right now. And
It's
that's why
about-
That's why Democrats are in trouble. It's not. It's just
Because
that
they
simple.
failed.
People want.
Obama's economic policies
Because
failed.
Obama doesn't
come on, let's,
understand the
like, deal with
private sector that
reality.
generates the jobs. All he does is the public sector. He
reality
doesn't
is-
Hang on a
understand
second.
it.
Explain this, because Linda McMahon's opponent Blumenthal has asked a simple question. How do you create jobs? He couldn't answer the question.
No, because this guy and this
It is-
administration, the Democrats don't understand the private sector, and that's where the jobs are
We had
built
George
and driven
Bush in there.
by,
How do you?
by the
How would you
entrepreneurs.
answer that question? How do you create jobs?
You create jobs by stimulating the private sector and the small business entrepreneur, because 25% of all new jobs the last 2 years, this is fact, have been developed by
Small
startup businesses.
We
Startup.
had the Bush tax cuts. It still happened. We had all Bush's economic policy. It still happened. It didn't start with Obama.
Excuse me. Excuse me.
So,
as bad as spending got under Republicans, which, by the way, they got fired for.
It was really bad.
As bad as
They got fired for it.
They got fired for it, and Obama tripled as bad as that was. He tripled the Bush deficit in 1 year, and then he doubled down on it in year 2. And $3 trillion on a path to $13 trillion
and I think a lot of economists would say we avoided a depression because of what happened.
Who?
Now we're going to pay a
left-wing
price for that.
Keynesian
Obama and the Democrats are going to pay a price for that this November,
Yes, they are.
just as the Republicans did.
Well, Joe, the private
let's like deal with
we got 5
reality
seconds,
here.
friend.
The private sector has reduced expenses.
is
Why can't the
crushing
government go and reduce expenses?
All right.
Why can't we?
Why? Why can't they stop spending?
Yeah, stop.
We'll pick that up. Good to
This
see
is better than any Hulk Hogan match I've ever watched.
Greta's next. See you tomorrow night.
Right. You hear